Player number 3, Fabio Oliver. Player number 4, João Sousa. Player number 6, João Massaro. Number 7, Thomas Delphi. And number 8, João Aguiaro del Sousa. And the head coach of Portugal, Timo Laitinen. And assistant coach, Ruben Lionel. And staff, Iago Correa. And then Team Israel, representing player number 1, Mika Rusin. Player number 4, Ricardo Perez. Player number 6, Steve Benny. Player number 7, Dandu Hude. Player number 8, Cham. And player number 9, Oriehuta Pentahe. The head coach of Team Israel is Nir Cohen. Assistant coach, Nazar Hagna. And staff, Jan Helle. And the organized referees in this game, Vaida Popmütte and Robert Aiden. Thank you very much, and good luck to both the teams.
5 minutes.
So a warm welcome back. It's day 2 here in Lahti, Finland for the IBSA Pool B Goalball European Championships 2021. And we're on to our 5th game of day number 2, and we move back to pool number A, and it's another big game as we're moving on to Portugal's final group game, which is against Israel, and Israel have 2 more remaining, including this one. So a chance for Israel to move level with Greece, and Greece have a healthy goal difference of +18 with only +3 for Israel. As for Portugal, well, we're playing in this game with the reassurance that they have qualified for the quarterfinals, with Romania still stuck on 0 points. So 1 minute 30 until our next game, which is Portugal-Israel. And this is Portugal's final group game of these European Championships. Can they end this group stage with a victory? Which would mean they would go above Israel in the group. So let's bring you the confirmed starting threes for both sides. We'll start with Israel, with number 1, Michael Ruzin, number 7, Doran Hodida, and number 9, Orben David. As for Portugal, we have number 3, Fabio Oliveira, number 5, João Mota de Sousa, and 6, João Macedo. So it's the same starting 3 for Portugal as it was in the opening game of the day against Greece. And they've been trusted again, although it was a heavy defeat in the end for Portugal this morning. They were only 4-2 down at the break. There was a late goal at the end of the first half that just extended Greece's lead to 4-2. But in the second half, Greece just put the afterburners on, and Shatsi Pantu was in fine form, scoring 9 goals in that game. As for Israel, this is their first game of the day. They've had a bit of an extended break this morning. And the first shot comes in from Mota de Sousa, and it's saved by Michael Ruzin. Ruzin now fires the ball back down the centre of the court, saved by João Macedo, who's been in favour of starting in the centre ahead of Alexandre Almeida, who started the games yesterday in that central spot. Oh, and the first effort there from Doran Hodida towards the right corner of the Portugal goal is blocked by Fabio Oliveira. Doran Hodida gives the ball to Michael Ruzin, and it just whistles past the right post. Michael Ruzin, number 1 for Israel. Here is Fabio Oliveira on the right side, goes down that right side as well. It's blocked by Doran Hodida, and Orben David is standing in the central position. Michael Ruzin now again goes to that right corner, and he just can't find the accuracy to get past Fabio Oliveira. João Mota de Sousa, a key player for Portugal. Here is Hodida, who goes again, saved down to the left by Fabio Oliveira. João Mota de Sousa with the 9 goals for Portugal, and a top scorer by some distance in the end. João Mota de Sousa, ball bouncing backwards, and Fabio Oliveira does well just to cling on. Fabio Oliveira is the second highest scorer with 3, so they are really reliant on João Mota de Sousa. And here he is now on the left side. 360-degree throw, bit of spin on it. So good save down to the left by Hodida, who does well just to recover and fling himself to the left. Here is Michael Ruzin again going for that corner, and Fabio Oliveira has covered it well, although Michael Ruzin's yet to really find the target in that bottom corner. And Oliveira just tries to fling the ball towards that left corner of the Israel goal. Israel playing in all blue, Portugal in green. And Portugal throwing from left to right, with Israel from right to left from the official table view. João Mota de Sousa having his effort blocked there. Michael Ruzin now has his effort blocked by João Macedo. block down to the left by João Macedo, and Mota de Sousa just shepherded the ball out. Oh, into the corner, and it's a good save in the end. So neither team yet to score here. Oh, and a venomous effort from Michael Ruzin. No, Israel looking to try and better their performance in the European B Championships in 2018, finishing 6th overall. These two actually met in the 5th-6th playoff of that competition, in which Portugal won and finished 5th overall. Both these sides trying to maybe go one better. And of course, remember the top 3 are promoted up to the Pool A European Championships, which will mean that they'll get a shot, if they are in the Pool A Championships, the spot at the Worlds and the Paralympics. Oh, good save down to the right by Michael Ruzin. Reacted really late to that, and it was just bobbling towards the bottom right-hand corner from João Mota de Sousa. Here is O'Dada, gets that one wrong, and it's well wide in the end. Ball flung forward, good save down to the right by Orben David. Ruzin again. Oh, it's just ricocheted off the post, and it stays out just. And we are still waiting for this first goal. O'Dada again, and João Mota de Sousa reacts well, gets up quickly, but just takes a breath. Or we're going to have one of those low-scoring classics. Yet to find the net either side. Both for defences standing firm. Nothing really to trouble either defence other than that O'Dada shot that just ricocheted off the post. And the timeout is being called. And both coaches, I think, will be just passing on the instructions just to say, try and maybe go for a little bit more. Can you get that first goal? Is the first goal going to be crucial in this game? There's Fabio Oliveira, who slings the ball to the right side of the Israel goal. Michael Ruzin comfortably picks that up. And he has an attack himself. Fabio Oliveira gets a foot to it, and it just drifts wide past the right post. Only just a heart-and-mouth moment there for Fabio Oliveira. You could see him scrambling towards the ball, but it goes past the right post. Now here's João Mota de Sousa. They rely heavily on João Mota de Sousa. If he doesn't perform and he doesn't get the goals, then they struggle to get them from anywhere else. Fabio Oliveira, the effort there that's blocked. Cruising down the centre has his effort shielded from the goal. Here is João Mota de Sousa going across the court and has his effort saved. O'Dada, Mota de Sousa does well, diving to his left. Mota Yamamoto de Sousa responds. And a good save from Hodeda this time. Well, Portugal will be looking to try and improve on the 8th place finish they secured in 2016, and they hosted the European B Championships in Porto. Here's Fabio Oliveira, and they finished 5th overall in 2018. Can they go one better, Portugal? It could be down to how this man performs, Yamamoto de Oliveira de Sousa. Kuruzin now. Here is Fabio Oliveira on the right side. Oliveira with a fizzing effort that is blocked. Oh, this could be I think this is the longest we've started a game without a goal. Both defences really strong at the moment. Oh, and just a mix-up in the communication there. It's ricochets off the head of Ben David. And he just needs a bit of assistance here from the referee. Michael Ruzin throwing the ball that ricochets off Ben David. Fabio Oliveira going for that left corner, and it just goes by the post. Hodeda with the effort. Oh, and Fabio Oliveira again just gets enough of it to just push it round the post. Does well. Well, it's a fascinating game with both defences really holding strong, and Yamamoto de Sousa has his effort that just doesn't get right, and it's ricochets wide. Michael Ruzin down the centre of the court, comfortable in the end for João Macedo. Hasn't been troubled really, João Macedo in the centre. Oh, and just saved by the legs. No, Doran Hodeda. And Hodeda fires the ball back. Oh, and expertly done by Yamamoto de Sousa, who does well. Michael Ruzin has it, effort saved, it rolls and it's over the line. And Israel break the deadlock. Fabio Oliveira with the initial save, and he's just scrambling back towards the goal line to try and clear it off the line. It was Michael Ruzin with the efforts. And Ruzin has his 10th of these championships. He's into double figures. He joins the likes of Nikola and Marko Nikolic, Emmanuel Nicolo, Marcin Suwinski, Dan Roper and Anthonios Shatsipantu into the double figures. But more importantly, Israel have the lead. Which which at the moment would send them into second place behind Greece on goal difference. Here is Fabio Oliveira. Can he make up for that fumble? And he can't on that occasion. Here's Hodeida, almost in slow motion, taking that throw. Oh, and it's in. It's Michael Ruzin again. And it just goes to the right of Fabio Oliveira. It's a lovely throw. It had the power, it had the accuracy, and Michael Ruzin has doubled Israel's lead. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Israel are now firmly in command in a game that was waiting for the deadlock to be broken. When one comes, often two follows up very shortly, and in this instance it has. It's 2-0 to Israel. And if it's going to be one of these low-scoring games, Portugal have a bit of a mountain to climb. Still a long way to go. 3 minutes left for this first half. Here is Fabio Oliveira. Oliveira with the efforts, and it has it blocked. Hodeida now with the efforts. His effort is saved.
Substitution for Portugal. Out number 3, in number 7.
So Fabio Oliveira has come off, and he'll be replaced by number 7, Thomas Delphine. With 2 minutes 53 left on the clock.
Quiet, please. Play. Quiet, please. Play.
Oh, and the effort just whistles past the post from Michael Ruzin. It was close, that one, and Ruzin nearly had his third of the game. He's on to 11 now for the entirety of the championships. Thomas Delphine with his first attempt. But a goal for Portugal for the break would be really useful.
Quiet, please. Play.
It was saved by Thomas Delphine as it runs across the court, and it's picked up by João Mota de Sousa. Sousa just takes charge of proceedings here, standing in the centre, and in fact Portugal do have the penalty here. Hodeida with a penalty given against him, and João Mota de Sousa has the opportunity to get Portugal within one. This is a big opportunity before half-time. Mota de Sousa, he gets it. And he gets it. It had the power, it had the pace. Oh, and I tell you what, Hodeida wasn't far away. A split second out, but it's 2-1 to Israel. Michael Ruzin going for the corner. Oh, and Thomas Delphine does well. Here is Jean Rosedo going through the centre. It's one of those awkward ones that bounces right in front of Hodeida, but he does well to smother it, and a timeout has been called. It's Israel 2, Portugal 1. At the timeout of 2 minutes remaining in the first half. Oh, it's already gone out there from Odeida.
Ganhamos 10 segundos, já, mano. Agora é assim, estás a bater aqui de 5, vamos tentar a longa cruzar. A bater de trás, aquela que tu fazes que é o...
Quiet, please. Play.
Cruising with the effort on the near corner. And Thomas Delphin didn't have that corner covered, and it was just an inch wide of the post. Cham de Sousa with the ball in his hands. Going for that corner. Oh, brilliant save. Brilliant from Odeida. He reacted so late there and pulled off a remarkable save. That was destined for that bottom corner from Cham de Sousa. Odeida down the line, it's off the post and out. Fine lines. So close.
Quiet, please. Play.
Thomas Delphin has his shot blocked, and again, João Macedo does well in the central position. Goes for it down the courts, just an awkward bounce. It's dealt with well by Odeida. Here's Michael Ruzin with the efforts, and it's blocked by Cham de Sousa. So 20 seconds left of this first half, which has been a close run thing between the two sides. It was 0-0 for a large period of this first half, and Michael Ruzin finally broke the deadlock, and he's got two. Cham de Sousa from the penalty has one, and it remains 2-1 going into the break. Israel with the slender advantage at half-time. It's a fascinating game, this one. Do stay with us. Israel 2, Portugal 1 at the break. So just about to get back underway. Fifth game of day 2 in the men's side of the competition from these IBSA Pool B European Championships. And a couple of substitutions. For Israel, with Doran Hodida and Michael Ruzin coming off. And will be replaced by Teeshu Wondamenu and Ricardo Perez. And we're going to start this second half with a penalty against Israel. Fabio Oliveira, oh, he's missed it. What an opportunity missed for Portugal. Here is Ben David. Oh, nearly past the legs of Fabio Oliveira. Ben David's just gone out to the right-hand side for Israel. Wondamenu doing well to dive to the left. Wondamenu gets it down the courts. Saved by João Macedo. No changes for Portugal at the break. So Fabio Oliveira, João Mota de Sousa, and João Macedo. All in the start, all in the 3 for Portugal at the start of the second half. Wondamenu down the courts, saved by João Macedo. Macedo going for that corner. Wondamenu doing well just to parry the ball to the left. Wondamenu with a dummy run, and here comes Ben David to the bottom right corner. Just didn't have the power required. So Israel leading by 2-1. Ben David flicks the ball down the right side of the court. And João Mota de Sousa goes to the other side. Oh, and flicked onto the post by Wondamenu. Does really well. Wondamenu back into the side. He hasn't started any of the games so far for Israel. Playing out on the left. Wondamenu just gets his angles all wrong. Ben David going for the bottom right corner. Sees it goes past the post. João Mota de Sousa, that's the man that Portugal need to deliver. Wondamenu now. Ben David to the left and it's forced out. Menu down the court has his effort blocked by João Macedo. Menu dummy shot and Ben David gets it in. It's a low-scoring game, this one. Both defences holding up strong. Israel just can't penetrate past this Portugal defence. Without their leading scorer out on the court, Michael Ruzin, Wonder Menu giving it his all to try and break this Portugal 3. But they're so strong, Portugal, and yet they're behind here. João Mota de Sousa needs to produce something special. Goal in the end for Ben David. Here's Wonder Menu. He seems to be the go-to man for Israel down the centre of the court, blocked by João Macedo. He just gathers it before it crosses over the halfway point of the court. Fabio Oliveira has his effort saved.
Sobretudo a velocidade. Ok? O 7 tem uma bola muito rápida, lisa. A bola do 7 é rápida e lisa.
It's coming off for Israel, and he's going to be replaced by Doran Hodeida. Bit of extra power. Hodeida, can he just break through?
Também tem uma coisa, gosta de fazer muito penalidade. Não ia dizer a coisa. Esperamos rápidos.
David now on the right side, flings it forward, saved down to the left by João Macedo. So 8 minutes to go. Israel with that slender advantage. It's been one of our lowest scoring games of the championship so far. Opportunity here for Portugal. Is it going to go in? It isn't. And Hodeida does well just to gather the loose ball, and he flings the ball back down the centre of the court. Saved by João Macedo. Well, Portugal have won one and lost one so far. They were leading against Russia at the break, and they lost out in a high-scoring second half, losing 6-4 in the end to Russia. And then they had to work for their result against Romania. It was 2-2 at the break. Romania was stubborn and resilient, but Portugal managed to break them down in the final few minutes. Well, they need something similar in this final 7.5 minutes if they're going to overcome Israel. Here's João Mota de Sousa. This is the man they need to deliver. He hasn't delivered on that occasion. Good save by João Macedo. Timeout called. So Portugal still in this. Only one goal separating the two sides. And there's 7 minutes to go.
Quiet, please. Play.
Odeda has his shot blocked by João Macedo. Ball launched forward by Fabio Oliveira and has it blocked. The ball ricochets about. Fabio Oliveira just manages to grab it at the second attempt, and there's 6 minutes to go in this second half. Here is Ben David on the right side of the Israel 3. Pushes the ball forward, saved by João Macedo. Macedo now leaning back on the goal. Pushes the ball out towards the far side, tapped away by Hodeda. Very calmly tapped away. Ball launched out to the left side, saved. Just pushed round by João Mota de Sousa. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Going for that corner, Mota de Sousa, and it's saved by Ben David. Well, Ben David going again, and has his shot blocked. Here is Fabio Oliveira going for that gap, and it's been blocked again. Oh, and Hodeda just getting the angles all wrong there. He's throwing just wrapped around his body and just couldn't get it down the court. Now Mota de Sousa again. Flings the ball forward. Oliveira. Oh, and good save in the centre. Oliveira's just trying to make things happen for Portugal. Oliveira going for it, but it's wide. João Mota de Sousa was asking for it.
Time out, Israel.
João Mota de Sousa going for that corner, and Ben David does well just to smother the ball on that right corner. And here comes Hodeda looking to respond. A goal now for Israel could potentially finish the game off. Portugal, if there is to be another goal, need to get it. Here's Hodeda going down the centre, blocked out. Here is João Motor de Sousa has his effort blocked. Oh, and the ball's just ricocheted into the back of the net. Would you believe it? Fabio Oliveira's shot, it's just been parried into the back of the net. Well, for a split second, Ben David thought he'd gathered the ball, but it just, along with his teammates, just found its way into the back of the net, and Portugal have got this next critical goal.
Continuamos a trabalhar. Agora é preciso empurrar. Mas empurrar com a defesa. A muralha é sempre o primeiro. Se em casa estivermos bem para fora, estamos bom. Bora lá. Uma da casa e joga.
Odeda with a fizzing effort across the surface as it's blocked. And now, here is Fabio Oliveira. And that effort just a whisker past the post, the right post. From Michael Ruzin, now Cham de Sousa. Can he turn this game around for Portugal? They were 2-1 down a minute ago. Can they turn this game on its head? Here is his... Odeda, though, goes for the effort. Brilliant from João Macedo. He launched himself at the ball to his left. And here's Fabio Oliveira. Michael Ruzin, top scorer for Israel. Can he put Israel back into the lead? Cham de Sousa going for that corner. It's kept in play. Here is Odeda. And he fizzes one back at the Portugal goal that just goes wide of the left post. Cham de Sousa has the ball in his hands. That gives it to his teammate Fabio Oliveira. Oliveira now unleashes one across the surface. It spins slightly and it's saved by Odeda. Now with Ben David, who's come into a central role, although he's given it to Ruzin, but his effort is wide of the mark. Odeda with a venomous effort. It's saved, and he propelled that forward with some power. And Cham de Sousa does the same. Comfortable in the end, though, for Odeda. He's got some good power behind his throw, Odeda, but he's given it to Michael Ruzin now, who launched it down the centre of the court, and it's comfortably saved in the end by João Macedo. Under 2 minutes remaining, it's 2-2. Is anybody going to win this? Cham de Sousa is way off the mark there. Really impressive defensive work from both of these sides. With neither of these teams being able to be separated going into the final minute and a half. Is anybody going to find a winner? Both defences have to be applauded here. They've worked really, really hard. And to some degree, the draw probably would be fair. With the amount of defensive work they've both got through. Here is Michael Ruzin again with a awkward effort that's snatched upon by João Macedo. He smothered the ball. Fabio Oliveira goes down the centre. And again, Ben David, who's had his best performance in my opinion, at the championships so far. Here is Hodeda. As his effort blocked into the final minute, Fabio Oliveira goes for it. It's blocked again by Ben David. A brick wall in front of that Israel goal. Michael Rusin, he could be the man to win it. Not on that occasion, just not the power really. That's going to break through João Macedo. Is this the moment? João Mota de Sousa going for the corner and gets it! And that's potentially won this game for Portugal. A big moment from a huge player. João Mota de Sousa saves. And he's just going to take his time, run down the clock. João Mota de Sousa goes for it again. Well, Israel will be heartbroken if they end up on the losing side. Brilliant save down to the left by Fabio Oliveira. Just about keeps it out. What brilliant work from Portugal in this final few minutes. 12 seconds remain. Well, seconds for Portugal to hang on here. Wow, what an opportunity Portugal have got here. Can they win it? Confirmed. Oh, 8 seconds remain. Another timeout call. It's tense. It's nervous. Sure, the calls will be defend, defend, defend from the coaches. 8 seconds remain. What a huge throw this is for Israel. Portugal with the opportunity to go joint second on points. They'll leapfrog Israel if they can hold on for these final few seconds. Big throw from Hodeda. Save from João Mota de Sousa, and that should be that. It's a huge win for Portugal. And just look at the smiles on their faces. What a win, what a game. 2 valiant defensive efforts from Portugal and Israel. But it's Portugal who claim the victory. A last gasp goal from, guess who? João Mota de Sousa. What a player and what a man for the big occasion. Israel, well, devastated after being 2-1 up for so long in that second half. And they have ended up on the wrong side of the result. But what a win for Portugal. They leapfrog Israel and go into 3rd place. Israel currently 4th. And that is Portugal's final game of the group stages. Israel have 1 more to come against Romania. So 1 more to come for Israel, as for Romania, Russia and Greece. But that wraps up Portugal's group stage section of the championships. And what a way to finish off for day 2 for Portugal. So we're halfway through day 2 and we move on to game 6 and we move back to Pool B, which will see Great Britain take on Poland. We'll be back with you in a couple of moments' time.